Money is the most honest mirror we never want to look into. Money is our drive, what keeps us going, but it can also control us if we let it. It reflects back our deepest beliefs about ourselves, what we deserve, what we're capable of, how much space we're allowed to take up in this world. It's threaded through every decision, every dream, every creative risk we don't take. The relationship isn't really with money at all. It's with the story we tell ourselves about our own value and worth. Money can enslave us, and it can also save us. Two sides of the same coin. There's this myth or lie that we live by, that is that there's some magical threshold called enough. Enough success, enough recognition, enough. We think once we cross that line that it's all done, the anxiety stops, the questioning ends. We will finally feel worthy of the space that we occupy. Enough is an horizon. It moves as you approach it. Because the real question was never about the amount. It was about permission. Permission to want more. Believe we deserve it. To stop apologizing for taking up space in a world that profits from our smallness. I spent many years chasing the wrong kind of mindset when it came to this. What I was really chasing was evidence that I mattered, external validation that I was worth the resources I consumed, the dreams I harbored, the audacity to believe I had something to contribute of value. It's a very strange mindset to break, because we don't always think that we're worthy of what we charge people or for our creativity. We think as creatives that you don't have to charge the price or the value that you think you're worth, because you charge less because asking for more just feels wrong. You do extra work for free because you're just grateful someone noticed you at all. Someone is willing to take the time to see your talents and your gifts and your worth that you can bring. This isn't humility, it's losing yourself in the name of being good. I remember when I was living in the woods, and it taught me many things. The one thing that stood out, it taught me something about survival that the real world never could. When your needs just shrink to food and shelter, you discover how much of what you thought was essential was actually just fear management. The expensive things that you buy that makes you feel worthy, the brand name clothes, the gadgets, the upgrades of new phones promised to make you more productive and made you look more successful, but most of it was medication for the anxiety of not feeling good enough, of not feeling worthy. You can strip everything away except your creativity, and you'll still be you. You might be more than you ever thought you were once you take everything away. It's a very powerful realization. You really start thinking a bit deeper about what's important and how your worth can be valued for someone else. This is how AI art made me feel. Your imagination that you're using to provide someone else with something that they would find so much more valuable. When opportunities come, I sabotage them because some part of me doesn't always believe they're really for me. I had this mindset for such a long time. I could have probably been creating many years ago, and now I've only really started on this journey properly and really giving it my all, what I feel can be very worthy to someone else, because I've had that confidence now. You get your days where it's not always as you want it to be, or you think sometimes, I'm actually, maybe it's not as good as I thought I was, or maybe my value isn't as good as I thought it was. That's obviously just normal, but I've learned to break through many of those barriers now, and realizing that I can offer so much more now because I believe more in myself, and I believe that my work is very valuable to other people. Those people will appreciate it because of also the person I am, and they appreciate me for the work that I'm giving them. You start believing that struggle is what makes you authentic, that wanting more makes you greedy, that success would somehow betray the person you were when you had nothing. What if your struggles were preparing you for abundance, not conditioning you to the lack of? What if learning to create with nothing was training you to build with something? One of the hardest investments to make, for me at least, is in myself and yourself. I know this because I struggle with this a lot. Only now recently have I learned how important it is to invest in yourself, because it requires believing in a future version of you that doesn't exist yet. It means spending money on someone you hope to become rather than who you are right now. It's investing and believing in yourself that you are ready and you are worthy of something better, and that you want something that would fulfill you more. This is a very important realization. I mean, it's something I had to learn to break, and it was difficult. I invested in myself, and I invested in my education. I invested in a mentor to help me with my journey. It was obviously, I almost didn't want to do it, but I'm glad I did. I took that leap and I believed in myself, and I'm doing the work, and I know it'll pay off. When I finally also started to really invest in my creative work, in better software, better tools, educating myself, learning as much as possible, following other people who know more than me, investing a lot of time. I'm so glad I did, because years before I would never do it because I never thought I was good enough. I never thought I would achieve it. Imposter syndrome obviously hits hard. I just kind of did it for myself, and then I wouldn't do it for another few years again. I came across something I wanted to do creatively, and I was too afraid. I just said, nah, I can't. Now, that's completely different. It's amazing. It really is. My AI tools that kept stacking up more and more, but it was investment in my new world of creativity, my new sense of exploration into this controversial world of creation. The AI made me feel seen and heard again, and it gave my confidence back. Again, I invested in a massive amount of time into this because I believed in it. I believed more in myself because I could see the results. The imposter syndrome is brutal. It really can easily break you if you allow it, and it can take over and not make you want to achieve anything, because I was literally imposing a new version of myself on a world that knew the old one. You can't become who you're meant to be with who you are right now. Profound. Growth requires investment in the unknown, faith in the unseen. This is very, very true, because nothing is always guaranteed. We don't know the decisions we make will lead us to our destination that we want. It could go a completely different direction sometimes, and maybe sometimes for the better. That's just the nature of life. Through these different turns it might take you, you learn a lot about yourself. Investment in yourself is very important, no matter where it leads you, because at the end of the day, it will lead you where you need to be without you even realizing it, and that you will be thankful that it did. What is the true cost of creation? Because creativity can get expensive, pretty risky also sometimes. Every time you create something, you're betting on yourself that your inner world has value in the outer world. You're risking rejection, criticism, indifferences. You're making yourself vulnerable in a marketplace that doesn't really care about your feelings. So you have to also learn how to grow a thick skin. And it's funny because risk compounds when money enters the equation. Now it's not just your ego on the line, it's your survival. Your ability to pay rent and bills depends on strangers caring about what matters to you. It's safer to remain amateur than to risk professional failure. It's easier to keep your day job than to bet everything on your vision. True financial freedom isn't about having unlimited money. It's about having unlimited choice. It's the ability to say no to work that diminishes you, yes to projects that energize you and make you feel alive and make you feel true to yourself, and maybe opportunities that even scare you. It's not about buying whatever you want. It's about not having to want things that don't serve your actual life, between consuming to fill a void and creating to share and overflow. Money becomes a tool rather than a master when you stop trying to prove your worth through collecting and start demonstrating it through contribution. You have a certain value set, you have a certain personality that people can resonate with, and that is very, very, very valuable. The world really doesn't need more humble creators apologizing for their prices. It needs more creators who understand their value and aren't afraid to claim it. I don't think our relationship with money will ever be simple, for most of us at least, because it's really a relationship with yourself. And it can be honest and it can be intentional. It can serve your creativity instead of constraining it and locking it down. You have to value yourself and you have to know what your worth is. Otherwise, no one else will. The real question isn't whether you're worth it. The question is whether you're brave enough to find out what happens when you act like you actually are. Your life has an infinite amount of hours. Your creativity has an infinite number of projects. Your energy has a capacity for giving. If you undervalue these resources, you're not just cheating yourself, you're cheating everyone who could benefit from your work at its highest level. If you got this far and you like my message, click on the link below and you can sign up to my newsletter, and I will also send you some prompt books. And if you are any way curious of any kind of AI art, or you just want to play around. Cool guys, thank you so much for joining me, and